Okay. I saw a video last night, Reggie, and I'm not trying to bring you into the middle of this. I don't want, I just want to get your opinion on where you think all this stems from. I'm not really asking you to choose a side and for people watching, I'm not trying to instigate, but I saw Compton Rocc's video about Loose Cannon last night, and it seems like it's starting to get and maybe not starting, maybe it's already been like this for a while, but it's starting to get to a point where it's looks like it's going to happen offline and not just stay between videos. Do you agree with that? And what do you think is what's your take on why they're going at each other? I know you're semi close to Loose Cannon and all that. I wanted to see if you have any insight on what's going on between them.
Me and Luce kind of don't talk, without Whack really usually being in the middle of, in the conversation or on the exposure channel and all of that. But I'm hoping like hell this is just a play. When it comes to the Loose Cannon, Whack, and even my boy Compton Ricc, sometimes I just be like, is this a play? Is this a play or not for content? Because that's what all the bottom line is content, y'all. And so and all this stems from Rocc, who, man, I love his channel. If y'all ain't over there supporting Compton Ricc channel or Loose Cannon channel, y'all go over there and support them both because they both are up and coming YouTube channels. They about to be big, especially for guys that just sit in front of a camera and talk daily. They're gonna take over what Hassan Campbell and people like that do, and so shout out to both of them. But
You know, Reggie, ever since this Diddy story broke and we've been covering it ongoing, it reminds me how important it is to have a good lawyer on your team. An injury could bring you millions and change your life forever, but you have to have the right team on your side. That's why I'm proud to present Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. They have over 1,000 attorneys working in all 50 states, so when you're seriously injured, your injury could be worth millions. Morgan & Morgan don't just settle for the lowball offers. They fight for every dollar you deserve if you become their client. They just recently achieved some significant verdicts for their clients. $12 million in Florida, which is 34 times the highest insurance offer, and $26 million in Philadelphia, which was 40 times the highest insurance offer. With Morgan & Morgan, there's no upfront cost, and the fee is actually free unless you win. It only takes a few minutes to see if you have a case, and you can do so from the comfort of your home. If you've ever been seriously injured, your case could be worth millions. And you're only a few clicks away from potentially changing your life. It's easy to start your claim now. You can go to forthepeople.com/bomb or scan the QR code in the corner with your phone's camera.
Hey, Compton Ricc ain't did shit wrong. If it's not a play, Compton Ricc was going after content. The man reached out to him and wanted to tell his side of the story, and they allowed him to come and tell his side of the story. Now, I'm sure, because I know how Compton Ricc is, Compton Ricc had no idea that this guy was going to start bringing law enforcement involved in it, because Compton Ricc don't get down like that. And so I'm pretty sure that once he realized Jay Reed is contemplating, rumored to be, have filed a police report, because that's why Loose Cannon is pissed now, because hey, we supposed to all be street niggas, Why, how's this coming to police getting involved and all of that? And so I'm sure Compton Ricc wouldn't have interviewed or allowed the guy to come on this platform if he knew that Jay Reed was going to take that route. Now, I know a lot of us, myself included, feel like, hey, shit, that would have happened to me. I would have been, I'm calling 911. We would have been calling 911 or whatever. But y'all got to understand, that ain't their world. They're not in that civilian world. And they don't go by those civilian codes. They understand that a civilian would do that. But when you up there talking that Crip, Pyru, gangbanging stuff, you can't be civilian And then Crip Pyru, Gangster, you know, that's when they have a problem with it. And they thought this J. Reed dude was a Crip. They showed you a picture of the other guy who he's been keeping it as G to me as anybody, especially if he hasn't lawyered up and he hasn't went to the authorities, because he ain't saying shit. Now, so I kind of respect that dude if that's how he playing it. Now, if we find out he ain't saying nothing because he went to the police or he's preparing to file a lawsuit, then you have to look at a raised eyebrow with him because, yes, he was violated. He was violated tremendously. But he also was standing outside a hospital throwing up a gang sign. And you can't play. Reggie Wright is the only one to get away with playing both sides of the fence. Because I don't play both sides of the fence. I just talk both sides of the fence because I be trying to explain both sides. Because I feel as though I have studied both sides long enough to be able to speak on it like that. But I know what side of the fence I stand on. I stand on, if you wasn't my crimey and I observe something, I can report it. And that's what I'll tell anybody. So I'll take the civilian role anytime. But if I elect to do a crime with somebody, and then I go and cooperate and snitch on those people and not incriminating myself and myself only, then yeah, give me some cheese, motherfucker, because I'm the biggest rat you'll know. So I understand it. I get it. So that's why I think the beef is going on between Luce and Compton Ricc. And I know, I done spoke with Compton Ricc. Got a great relationship with him. If he had any idea that those dudes was going to bring law enforcement involved in it, he wouldn't be fucking with them. He even expressed to me to the point he wish he had enough money to make it go away, because he don't like the ideal of law enforcement getting involved in this situation. But he do, as we all do, I feel, and everybody else feel, that for what happened to those brothers, if they're not going to take it to the gang or the streets or to a boxing ring or whatever, or a fair one or whatever, then at least that one brother need to be compensated if he's really not a gang member and he was really about what they saying about him. But once again, that dude, we got to take our hats off to him because he keeping it to the code. He ain't talking about this shit. Now, if the rumors are true that they both lawyered up and also contact law enforcement, then they better only be considered civilians now. And they better not ever holler Crip, blood, on the set, on the dead homies, or any of that bullshit ever again in life. Because then they wrong. So that would be my take on it. But shout out to both Luce and Compton Ricc. I hope y'all resolve this situation and get it worked out. Because Luce, I think you really taking what Compton Ricc attempt was, or his what he was trying to achieve. Because all he really was trying to do was give content and give a story. Because he didn't believe that those niggas, or at least that dude, J. Reed, was going to law enforcement. And if it comes to the truth that he did go to law enforcement, trust me, Compton Ricc is just as disappointed as you are. So that'd be my take, John. And yeah, that'd be my take.